Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Pretty interesting last few minutes of Game 2 between the Spurs and the Heat, and also great to see a good game break out in San Antonio with the air conditioning working. However, a lot of mistakes by both teams down the stretch. The Heat had terrible stagnant offense and the Spurs executed very poorly down the stretch. So I'm going to show you what we went through the last 3 minutes and how the Heat were able to pull this off. With the score tied and 3 minutes to go, the Heat have Birdman and Bosh in there, forcing Danny Green to guard Chris Bosh. The Heat take way too long to get into their set. Wade doesn't set a good cross screen for Ray, but Birdman gets good contact before rolling to the hoop. When Duncan has to help on the curl, great pass by Ray to find Birdman for the finish. Cross matches for the Heat too, as LeBron guards Parker. The Spurs break into classic UCLA high post, and when Manu sets the pin down, LeBron and Wade simply switch it. But on the handoff, Birdman switches onto Parker. Why this isn't an immediate attack by Parker, I have no idea. However, Manu gets deep penetration on LeBron, and Birdman helps off Parker one pass away, giving up a wide open 3-ball. The Heat run the exact same play they did previously, just flipping it to the other side. Chalmers tries to cross screen for Ray, and this time instead of a curl, Ray screens the ball. However, the screen was very ineffective, allowing Diaw to stay with LeBron and Duncan to stay with Bosh. Hence, this corner 3 isn't open. Up by 1, the Spurs run their motion weak, getting Parker the ball on the left wing. After Manu curls around the Duncan screen, it forces Wade to switch on to Duncan. I can see why Duncan didn't go screen the ball like he normally would, but Parker doesn't see the post up, instead trying to penetrate one-on-one versus LeBron. This leads to him getting stripped, and ultimately, even though the review shows it's off of Parker, the Heat do get the ball back with no harm done. For some reason, the Heat decide to send Chalmers off the pin down to screen the ball, but it looks to me like Chalmers has no idea how to run this position, since I'm almost certain he should be screening for LeBron to attack to his right. LeBron can't use the first screen, but watch Tony Parker get on the wrong side of Chalmers here, essentially setting a screen on his own man, Kawhi Leonard. If that wasn't bad enough, it forces Duncan to correctly rotate over to help, and LeBron makes the perfect decision to fire the ball to an open Bosh in the corner, who nails a wide open corner 3. On this play, Diaw was supposed to screen for Duncan in order to get Bosh trailing the pick and roll Duncan is going to set out on top. But watch Diaw's ineffective screen, allowing Chris Bosh to stay with Duncan and put a lot of pressure on Ginobili, who tries too hard to thread the needle and turns it over. Why Tony Parker isn't involved at all is beyond me. Again, they have Chalmers come off an ineffective pin down to screen for LeBron, but he just looks hesitant as to where he should set the screen, so LeBron ignores it and tries attacking. As you can see, he completely travels, so had this ball gone in, it shouldn't have counted. That said, it does appear he got fouled just before his third step, so I can see why it wasn't called. LeBron split the pair of free throws, so the Spurs are in a great position to get a 2-for-1. Manu falls down, Duncan can't get the ball to pinch post, so Parker sprints to get the ball, as he should, to create something. But Manu cuts right in front of him, forcing Parker back to the corner to stand around again, and takes one of the worst shots he could come up with. And finally, needing only to get a stop and a chance to tie with a 3, I like how Diaw runs at LeBron to get it out of his hands. They force the one pass they want, a release valve to Bosh way out on the wing. But watch how Duncan makes a huge mistake to follow Bosh 3 steps above the 3-point line. It's an easy drive for Bosh, and when the help has to rotate, Wade ices the game with the layup. So there you have it, sports fans. No matter how you want to look at it, when the game goes down to the final couple possessions in the last minute, if you're shooting 12 for 20 from the free throw line, like the Spurs did, there's almost no way to win against a good team in the finals. And that's exactly what the Heat did. Steal a game on the road when the Spurs completely kind of almost fell apart there with their execution down the stretch. So an intriguing series to say the least. Can't wait to get to Miami tomorrow to start covering Game 3 and 4 from American Airlines Arena. So stay tuned for lots more coming up from Miami on the scene. And don't forget, sports fans, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?